Hi there, I'm back again, and today under the Safe Relationship Training umbrella, I want to talk about the abuser and jealousy. And often we hear about an abusive person being very sexually jealous of their partner, with other men, for instance. And that's not the type of jealousy that I'm going to be speaking about today. That's possibly for another video. But I want to speak about a different type of jealousy, which is actually a competitive jealousy that we find in our dysfunctional relationships. And of course we know that we meet people in life who may be jealous of us, and they act in a certain way as a result of that jealousy or that envy. But today I want to speak about the intimate partner abuser and competitive jealousy with the partner, because often we are not aware that some of the abuse that takes place within intimate partnerships are actually because the abuser is jealous of the woman or of the man, depending on what type of abuser it is. So one of the things that can be quite confusing for us, possibly particularly as women, is that we meet jealousy sometimes in relationships with other women, but we may not be aware that we actually meet jealousy with men in our intimate relationships as well sometimes. Now, a healthy man, it has to be said, in a healthy relationship is very supportive of his partner. He's very loving and supportive and wouldn't dream of undermining the woman in any way. He loves her, he's proud of her, he wants to support her in her projects, in her career, in her own development, and he wants to compliment her and encourage her and uplift her, which of course is completely the opposite to being in an abusive relationship with a man who is only interested in undermining and criticizing and being judgmental of the woman, and potentially because he's actually jealous of her success or of the attention that she gets in life from other people, or because of her being in the spotlight for whatever reason, and therefore he doesn't like to see her shine. And very narcissistic people, or narcissists in particular, do not like to see other people happy, do not like to see other people successful, and do not like to see other people taking the limelight that they believe that they should have in any situation. So it can be the case that you see your partner acting in a peculiar manner when you're in a social situation, and you may find that the abuse might increase at that time or just after, but you may not put the two together. You may not realize it's because you may have been shining, you may be very charismatic, you may be very gifted or beautiful or good looking, handsome, and you may have all these things that the abuser envies, really, and he doesn't want you to shine. He doesn't want the spotlight to be on you. He wants to have the spotlight for himself, and he wants to have all the attention for himself. And on those occasions, when we've suffered abuse as a result, what they're actually doing as well is actually taking our enjoyment away from life, and also our enjoyment away from our own gifts and talents, and it also makes us dim our light that much more so that we may not suffer the abuse in the future. So we may find ourselves becoming small and making ourselves a lot less than we are so that we don't aggravate the abuser and so that we keep the peace, really. Which is why when we come out of an abusive situation, we feel so free and we're so able to be ourselves and we're so able to enjoy life so much more because we hadn't realised how downtrodden we'd been and we hadn't realised how small we'd made ourselves in order really basically to protect ourselves from this other person who was undermining our light so that we wouldn't shine brighter than they are. So as always, stay safe and very happy. Bye-bye.